Hey guys, what is going on? It's Aditi here, your leadership and branding coach. So, we've been going over body image stuff, how our body actually affects our entire life. Now, if you've been following the Reboot or if you haven't, either way, I'm going to give you a mini recap, but we talked about, how we feel about our body affects our entire life. So imagine if you don't feel good about your body, right? How are you going to show up in the world? How are you going to show up in a meeting? How are you going to show up when you're pitching yourself? How are you going to show up in your relationship? It really affects how you show up in your everyday life. And that's why I'm so passionate about adding this component as well to your journey of becoming a powerful leader, to building a powerful business and the business of your dreams. So I really wanted to get into what do you do when you hate your body, when you can't stand to look at yourself in the mirror and all that kind of good stuff. So we talked about in the Reboot, which you can go back and watch all the videos, and there's worksheets as well about, how to deal with your negative body image, and then how to create a positive body image, and how to build a relationship with your body. I feel like many of us are very disconnected from ourselves and disconnected from our bodies. And that has been my experience too. And as I've been going through this journey, I've been finding kind of new ways to work with it, new ways to build with it. And I wanted to share all of that with you. So today is our Q&A. So I brought up some of the questions that have been coming up and that you may have as well. So let's get into it. And I just want to say, I know that this is kind of a heavy topic, and I promise you that it's so worth it to do this work and move through it, because it will free you from that, discomfort, from that pain you might feel, or maybe you just feel neutral, but you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror, right? I feel like I had come to that point at some point where I felt neutral, because I just was so disconnected that I didn't even know that I didn't, I knew I didn't like it, but I just kind of avoided it. You know what I mean? So if you're there too, and maybe the word hate doesn't resonate with you, but you do feel neutral, but, versus liking or loving, that's something to pay attention to as well. All right. So let's get into the first question. So the first question is, how do I stop obsessing over how much I hate my body? So this is a really powerful question, right? Because especially in today's society and with media and all this stuff and this competitive nature that, we've kind of built in society, it's we tend to compare ourselves to other people. And we tend to, compare what we look like to others, our bodies to other people's bodies. So how do I stop obsessing over how much I hate my body? So what I want to say to that is you want to start paying attention to what your body has given you versus what you're trying to take from your body. Now, this is such a powerful concept that I learned, and I love it, because often we're trying to take from our body. We're trying to go to the gym so it can look a certain way. We're trying to force it to do things. We're trying to make it cooperate with us and make it do things, But what if you were to shift your attention to what your body has given you versus what you want your body to give you? So what you're trying to get from your body, right? So what has your body given you? For me, when I did this part, it was my body has given me strong, healthy body to operate in the day, arms that work, hands that work, fingers that work, legs that work, right? I mean, we take these things for granted, but when we end up in a predicament with maybe our, something happens and something stops working, it's a very shocking experience. And at that point, we start to realize how good we really had it. When I was 19 years old, I believe it was 19 or 20, half my face got paralyzed, and my mouth literally couldn't grip my lips around a straw, around the cup I couldn't like drink water. And when I was brushing my teeth, like, you know how you spit out, like you spit out your, the toothpaste when you're brushing your teeth? I couldn't spit. This was a shattering experience for me. Like something so simple that I took for granted. Like I had to open my mouth and just let it drip out. Like that was insane. And I remember being like, oh my God, I take my most basic body functions so for granted. And I'm trying to make my body do other things and I'm getting mad at it. But man, my body has really been there for me. And I'm so blessed that, my body hasn't shut down on me. My body wakes up with me every morning and takes me where I want to go, takes me where I need to go. My body has been with me. My body didn't leave me. But this entire time, I've been trying to leave my body. And that shift has been so powerful for me. And every time I find myself going into that space where I'm hating my body, this is what I do. I shift my attention to what my body is giving me right now. That I know that maybe everyone doesn't have that privilege. And that makes a huge shift. All right. So question 2 is, how do I go from hating my body to loving my body? So what I want to say to this, right? How do I go from hating my body to loving my body? I mean, it just seems like such a big task. How do you do that? So what I have found works really well is, again, you'll see a lot of these are similar, is shifting your attention to what you appreciate or adore on your body versus what you hate. And this isn't going to be a one and done thing. This is going to be a constant process that you're going to commit to and do over and over again. And you know why? Because your body deserves that love. Your body deserves your loving attention. Because your body has been here for you. And I know everybody might have different medical things going on or different experiences, but think about where your body has been there for you. So for example, one thing that I might have done is like I shifted my focus from like hating my arms potentially to being like, but I love my eyes. I love them. And I would just stare at them. I would look at them. I would admire them. And just making that little subtle shift makes a big difference. So instead of focusing on how maybe I didn't like my arms, I would focus on how I love my eyes. So what's one part of your body that maybe you hate or you don't like or you like to avoid? And then what's another body part that you really like, that you admire, that you adore? So you can shift that attention. And you can shift it multiple times with different body parts. Like I don't just do the one same body part every time. And maybe in the beginning I did just focus on one thing that I liked. But over time I would add to that list. And that list would get longer and longer. All right, the next question is, how do I start liking what I see in the mirror? How many of you guys can relate to this one? How do I start liking what I see in the mirror? Because a lot of times we cringe when we see ourselves in the mirror. We're like, ugh, oh my God. Maybe not everyone, but whoever this resonates with, right? Or maybe you have a few of those moments. So what I want to say to that is start actually looking at yourself in the mirror more. Because the more we resist it, the more we're going to not like it and cringe. But what if you were to just start looking at yourself more? Just start observing. What if you were to move your focus from a judgmental space to a just observer space? Like imagine if you were like looking at someone's art, right? And you were just like, oh, look at those lines. Look at the way the sun rays are right here. What if you were to look at your body like that too? Oh, look at the way my hair is right here. Look at these lines on my face. Look at the way my lip lines right here. What if you were to just observe yourself? And then slowly moving into a place of finding something to adore. Finding something to adore when you're looking at it in the mirror. What if every time you looked in the mirror, you found something to adore? Every time. How much would that shift your experience in the mirror? That's pretty powerful, right? Like, what if every time you went to the mirror, you didn't even look at the things you hated, but you were just like, wow, look at my eyes, look at my hair, look at my lips. I love them so much. And just delighted in them. How interesting and how different of an experience would you have? I challenge you to try it out these next 7 days. Every day you go into the mirror, just look at something and adore something. Adore the shit out of it. And the next question is, how can I get my body to cooperate with me? Now, I hear this often. I hear this quite a bit with my clients, and definitely something that I've experienced many times as well, where I'm trying to get my body to do something, to cooperate with me. How do I get my body to cooperate with me? And what I want to say to that is that what if you were to shift that as well to how can I cooperate with my body right now? How can I cooperate with my body right now versus how can my body cooperate with me right now? What a different shift that would be. Right? So think about that. How can you cooperate with your body? So you can see, instead of all these things we're trying to get from our body, we're trying to actually observe, what does our body give to us? All right. Next question is, it feels weird to talk to my body. I don't hear anything, right? Because we talked about building a relationship with your body and what that's like. So what I want to say to that is, it takes practice. It takes practice to build a relationship with your body. And just start talking to your body in a way that it's like a person. Your body is a person. It's like, hey, friend. Hey, baby girl. Hey, sweet thing. How you feeling? And you may not always hear something back, but I promise you, your body hears you. The cells in your body respond to its environment. So those cells can hear you. And I've been reading this book lately, and it talks about how our cells respond to our environment, including the words we say to it, because everything is energy and everything affects each other. Everything is connected. And that kind of blew my mind. It's like, oh my God, what kind of environment have I been giving my body to live in? It's definitely been a negative one for a long time. So it's okay if you don't hear anything back. Maybe you will over time, you know? And another thing I want to say about, you know, getting your body to cooperate with you, like maybe your body is actually trying to tell you something. And that's why your body's not cooperating per se. So how can you lean in and listen a bit deeper? And I found that our body talks to us in very subtle ways. So you want to just be still with yourself. And we're always so distracted, like we don't even know how to be still, right? So this is a process. This is a practice that you're going to develop over time. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I want to remind you that all the videos are inside the Reboot and on my channel. So let me show you what that looks like. So you can find the entire Body Reboot videos and worksheets all inside here. All right, so this is what it looks like. All right, so you're going to go to aditicreative.com/reboot videos. The password is best year ever, and then you'll have the option to go to the Body Reboot. And this is what it looks like, okay? How your beliefs about your body affect your entire life. How to build a relationship with your body. How to deal with negative body image. How to create a positive body image. How to access your body's innate wisdom. And the body reboot Q&A, which I'm going to add on there as soon as this is done. All right? All right, you guys, enjoy. It's been a freaking pleasure doing this reboot with you. I hope you guys have had fun with me. I've definitely had fun. I hope you had an opportunity to be able to reboot whatever area of your life that you wanted to reboot. As a reminder, there's a business reboot there. There's a brain reboot. And then this last one is the body reboot. All right. Love you guys so much. This has been fun. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.